All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Otis Frampton Live. Just had to make sure that the audio is working, as always, because you never know. You never know. Going to be starting in just 1 minute here. All right. Audio's good. That's weird. What's going on? Sorry about that. Always a technical problem. It seems. All right. So tonight, gonna be working on inking a commission for another very patient client of mine. This one is it's a scene from Solo, a Star Wars story, card game on Windows. And once again for this client, he gave me free reign to do a Star Wars piece, so I tried to cram as many characters in as I could. Same with Jealous Palace, which we did last year for me. Uh, and this is what I came up with. So I hope he likes it. I'm just going to ink in this thing. Maybe as I do this, I'll talk a bit about how much I like this movie, which I do. I like it a lot. I'm just going to dig in here. Let's see. I think I'll just start with Han, actually. Han? Did I just call him Han? Han? I pulled a Lando from this very scene. I called him Han. Actually, took some time. Let's angle it right. Sorry about that. Just right for me. I took some time this week to watch a little bit of the movie. I haven't seen it in a while. Uh, Still like it a lot. One of the reasons I like it so much is, aside from I think it's a really well directed, well acted movie with great visual effects, good action. I love the train heist, especially. I really like that whole scene. But and I think Alden Ehrenreich did a really good job portraying the character, and I think that's one of the reasons why I like him so much. I think he understood the assignment. He wasn't playing Han Solo that we know. He was playing young Han Solo. So there's a little bit of a difference there. Him growing into the character, you know. I thought he did a really good job with that, without doing an imitation of Harrison Ford. Done that wouldn't have worked as well. But the movie, it's not just a Han Solo story. It's actually Han Solo's. It's like a new hope for Han Solo. It's the classic hero's journey story, and the actual structure of the movie very much like a new hope when you break it down. Um, the idealistic kid who wants to get off his own planet, see stars, have adventures. Gets off, but loses a, a loved one in the process. Gets off the planet, meets some companion who happens to be older character, a mentor character, Woody Harrelson's character, who's basically the Obi Wan of that movie. Goes on to die just like Obi Wan. Love it. Hand, Han's hand. Uh, yeah, it is the coming of age movie for Han. I really like that. In fact, I like uh, it so much that it's sort of become like when I watch the Star Wars movies now. I pretty much only watch 5 of them, and I treat it like it's Han Solo's story. I call it Star Wars: A Solo Story. But it's not quite where I want to organize this a little bit better. Get a little bit this way. I think that's better. Uh, yeah, so I call it Star Wars: A Solo Story, and I watch Solo when I'm doing a marathon, I should say. Uh, I watched Solo, then the original trilogy in its despecialized edition version. And if you don't know what that is, give it a Google. I have really, really nice high-res versions of the trilogy. I'll watch Episode 7, uh, Force Awakens. It's, in some ways, it's the perfect bookend to Solo, where we see the last part of his story. It makes for a really good story, in my opinion. Sometimes I watch the Phantom Menace, but I'm not really keen on any of the other Star Wars movies, to be honest. But I do love Star Wars. But yeah, I really like Solo. I thought it was really well done. I think one of the reasons, oh boy, I just my angle here is just like maybe it is. I don't know. I'll stop being annoying about that. um, one of the reasons I feel that Solo and The Force Awakens work so well because both partially written by Kazdan, who gets Star Wars. He knows what Star Wars is supposed to be about. I feel like a lot of other writers quite do. Following my pencils. Always follow your your layouts or pencils. Sometimes when you ink things, you think that you sort of second guess things or think that you're smarter in the moment, but nope, you were right in the layout stage. I don't want to fix that, but what can I do? Yeah, that's one of the rules that I always seem to break. Always trust your layouts, because they're usually done with urgency and there's a sense of energy to them that often is lost when you do the inks. Oh, it's warm in here. So I had to change something. Yeah, his hand looks wrong now. Dang it. What's wrong with me? Live and learn. So as always, I'm going to be doing a live stream here for about an hour. So we'll see how far I get on this piece. But no matter what, I'll be back working on this piece next Tuesday. Supposed to work on it a bit last night, and pencils are ready, so I'm going to delay it. Anyway, what was I saying? Saying how much I like Solo because of the way that I watch Star Wars now. And I think it's probably going to get me in trouble, but I think Solo unfortunately didn't do as well because I think that people look at the box office of Rogue One and then the Last Jedi. It went down a lot from The Force Awakens, and I think that no, this really isn't what I was looking for. And they thought Solo would probably be more of the same, but it's more of a traditional Star Wars uh, than those two movies, that's for sure. And I think that's the reason why I like it. It understands. It understands what it is. It's not trying to be something else. That's not to say there's not room for kinds of things. I feel like those two movies really stray too far from the center line, so to speak. Brush pen for this. That's right off the bat. There are some parts of Rogue One I like, but overall it's not the tea. I loved The Force Awakens, or love it, I should say. It was my favorite Star Wars for a while. The follow-ups sort of, I feel like, fumbled things, and so it kind of I haven't. I used to watch it a lot before the second and third movies of the trilogy, but I haven't watched it much these days. I saw it. The poster is hanging on right above me right now. After the second and third films of the trilogy, I liked Rise of Skywalker. I thought it did a good job of trying to land a crippled ship onto the carrier deck, so to speak. But after that, I had to sort of demote The Force Awakens again and put The Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Solo a number of times now. I own it obviously, and I like it. I like it more and more every time I watch it. I think it's really good. It's really good. Uh, Gotta step away just 1 second. I always forget to have wet wipes for my fingers when I'm inking. Luckily, I keep them nearby. As in my office, my office is also the same room I work out and do my VR stuff in, so I keep them there to clean the device, which I highly recommend. Just basic wet wipes for if you do VR. Speaking of VR, I've decided that I'm going to try to do a comic cover in a VR app, a VR art app. If there's a way I could stream that, I'm still looking into the possibility. So we'll see. There are ways. I just need to figure out how to do it. I'm not sure if I can. Required. But we'll see. But I've been VR a lot lately. If you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen that. You got an Oculus Quest recently. I had a Oculus Rift. Well, I have an Oculus Rift, and I used it a lot a few years ago, but kind of fell out of using it. And the Quest, they had a sale for the Quest, which was a nice upgrade, uh, at least in terms of being a standalone headset. Uh, so I jumped on it, got it, and it's turned out to be not just something that I like for creative apps, but fitness apps are great. It's really changed my life in terms of being healthy, especially troubles last year with the surgeries and all that. So it's nice to get healthy again. I have the VR to thank for that. I never thought that would be possible. But one of the things that I enjoy doing in VR is watching movies on the virtual big screen. It's so much fun. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw me recently post about The Empire Strikes Back's 44th birthday this week, and posted a picture of me watching the movie. We're at a drive-in theater. VR. It's like, watched a few Star Wars in VR. I imported my original trilogy, despecialized edition into the headset so I can watch it. It looks so good. It looks so good on the big screen. It really takes me back. It really does. It's great. It's a lot of fun. It's really kind of ruined me for regular. I gotta switch this. For my actual home theater, which is great, but it's not quite the same as I love theater experience. These days, it's become a terrible experience for many reasons. So I do love push on here and pull the lines a little bit. For pieces like this where there's very fine line work going on, I like to go with the micron. Do basic lines and then go in later and thicken them up as if they were inked with a brush pen. Change line weights and all that to reflect my style. I have to fake the line weight because of the micron pen. Watched my live streams before. I talk about how I rarely touch paper these days. So it's just this is not my forte. I've also talked about how one of the reasons why when I do commission work for clients, I give them a digitally colored version on top of the original artwork that they've purchased. Because to me, a piece isn't done until it's colored. Original colors are used, but it's never it's never satisfying for me. I always feel like I'm butting up against my own limitations as an artist, and I don't really feel like pushing through those limitations. I'll be honest. Uh, Coloring things differently. So it's where I didn't even use color until I got tablet and art app back in '99. But that's where I learned. It's kind of weird because we talked about doing a comic cover in VR earlier. The VR app we use is actually a traditional painting app. So really on an easel, so you're sitting up. But I wanted to give it a try. I've never heard of anybody using that app or an app like it on a platform like the Quest, which doesn't hook up. It's not PC based. This app works right in the headset. So I want to see if it's possible to do that. I think it'll be the cover that I'm gonna do it with it kind of lends itself to a painterly look. So I think it'll work. Yeah, this piece is definitely gonna require more than just an hour. I'm barely scratching the surface here. So Brian, if you're watching, you can get another day working on this. It's my own fault, including so many characters. For those who didn't catch the beginning of this live stream, this client just, uh, he just said, do what you want, just do a Star Wars thing, whatever you want to draw. And of course, that just makes me think, oh, I'll do something really elaborate. So I tried to come up with scenarios that cram in characters. It's not a complaint, though. I'm happy to really want to get Batista to be something special for him. He's bought enough of my artwork that it's tough to think of new things, to be honest. But I keep trying. I emailed him last night and showed him where's I at with the digital pencils. And told him that I can't wait to color this one, and I really can't. The same way with the last piece I did for him, which was the Max Regal band playing in Jabba's palace, and it was just jam packed. That was a lot of fun to do because of the lighting. That's one reason why I chose that scenario and this one, because it's got this issue of lighting. That's a big thing for me. I enjoy playing with light. I was watching here. One of the things I've been doing for the there's four foreground characters, two here and then two in the corner. Giving thicker lines because that indicates that they're closer to the virtual camera. I know some people say they're in cameras in drawings or in comics, but that's how I think. I think more in cinematic terms. So I usually say nice things about my own work. I was really happy with my Han. My first drew his face. I was pretty happy with how it turned out. So yay for feeling okay with what that doesn't always happen. It's a good start. I'm gonna work on the guys. I should have I should have started up here if I was really thinking about things. For usually you want to start in the top left hand corner and ink your way this way so that you don't smudge. Uh, but I wanted to tackle Han first. Like I said, so I'm just gonna get the main group taken care of. So I'm just working my way across. Oh, maybe I'll do Lando next. I'll do Lando next, actually. Oh, no. Sorry about my indecision here. Oh, I think I shouldn't do that because then I really risk smudging later on. Let's get this. Let's tackle this guy. Start with his head. And again, I'm going to go in there and just do the thin outlines. This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, the card scene, card game scene. It's really well constructed, very well edited too. It has a nice, it doesn't show you everything. It doesn't even explain the game. I was kind of happy about, to be honest. Exact rules of the game. You need to know the exact rules of, bot or a bot. It's not about the rules of the game so much as the visual storytelling, the impressions you're getting. It helps to know the rules, and if you know the rules, it can give you a perspective on things, but it's not necessary. Right? Sci-fi or fantasy movies over-explain things. To be honest, probably for most of the game, sabak or is it sabak? I think it's pronounced both ways. Um, but honestly, I don't care about that. I don't care about the rules of that game. I care about their first meeting and how it went down and why it went down the way it went down. Son's cards, just one. Mhm. So one thing, I don't know if anybody's noticed it before, but um, I did a ton of research for this piece, gathering different images from the web, especially from one of the websites that has, screen caps of pretty much every moment from the movie. And even with all my exhaustive research for all these, and they're all Jawas. I'm pretty sure there's no Jawas. I might have missed them, but there's got to be Jawas. It's just the way it is. Uh, but they're all there at the card game. Not exactly in the places. I wanted the composition to be a certain way. Anyway, I have two of the same character in the scene. I hope Brian doesn't mind that, and I'll color him a little differently, give him some different distinct colors. But in my mind now, they're just it's like this guy's there, and he's the one who staked him to play, and he's really playing. So that's why. Well, if you look at this going, wait a minute, there's two of the same alien there. I am aware. I just didn't realize it until I actually finished the pencils. Oh well, these things happen. But, could have been worse. I could have drawn two Landos, but it's two aliens, so it'll be fine. Plus, they're facing the same way, and this guy's going to be, really sort of, at least in the color version, really in shadow, in the foreground because the light source is right here. It's coming down, bouncing off the table, hitting these guys. So you might never notice it, but of course, I always notice it because it's a mistake that I made. That's how it works. Only mistakes. That's one of my troubles. Every once in a while, I gotta stop and sort of look back and assess it from like a higher vantage point to make sure that I'm getting everything. I don't think my client is watching live here. So, Brian, if you watch this, once again, I appreciate your patience. It's always so good to me. Such a patient guy. And I know what you'd say. You'd be like, oh, yeah, I trust you. Yep, deliver. But I like doing these live streams again now. Trying to do them regularly, at least one a week, and for sure be doing them to finish up a bunch of commissions that are on my plate that I've been flaking on, unfortunately. So I'm trying to rectify that. It's always scheduled. Seems done. sometimes I see things that need touching up as I'm working on another part. So I like to tackle it while I'm thinking about it. Every once in a while, I catch sight of these two guys, and aliens I love. They're just sort of like open mouthed. I don't know if I like it all the time. I like could find a couple of images of them, but they looked fun. When I eventually do a live stream for the coloring, or at least part of the coloring for this piece, I'll show the my reference I collected for this, and easier to show it on the iPad. Uh, I use an app called VizRef to collect and store reference images that I can then can do split view on the iPad and have reference right there on screen as I'm looking at Procreate. It's really cool. It's a great app. And I apologize if my head comes into frame every once in a while. I need to lean in pretty close to the paper these days because my eyesight. I know I've explained this on previous live streams, but if anybody is watching who hasn't seen that, I was on my optic nerve, and luckily they were out my eyesight turned to normal, but it's still not as good as it used to be, and I need to wear reading glasses, features, and lean down into the work. I don't know. I can't. But yeah, it's a mix showing on paper stuff for me these days. Working the iPad, I could just, which is really handy for someone like me. Never been much of a paper artist anyway, but I gotta do what I gotta do. So I'm still trying. Looks like we're coming up on the hour mark. It's like I didn't get as far as I'd wanted on this piece, but I shouldn't be surprised. It's a lot of characters and very small detail work. The uh, the uh, the piece is 11 inches by 17 on Bristol board. It's the standard comic page set. All right. Well, I didn't get very far, but let's see. I think I can probably maybe get if I put three more hours of work into it. Okay. So let's see if I do more than maybe I should. Maybe I should do get the whole thing on camera. All right. It's coming up on 8 p.m. here. This is what we got done so far. Like I said, I'll probably be back to ink more of it. But so far, so good. Except for screwing up Ian's hand. Yeah, sure. Yeah. It bugs me. to get out the whiteout. Fix it. All right. I will be back next Tuesday to keep working on this, and then the following day on Wednesday, I'm going to be working on another page of Captain America, first Avenger series of comic page commissions I'm working on. So hopefully I will see you then. Take care. Have a good day.